All right. What's up, y'all? It's LeBrad. We're gonna get into these cards. See what the message is for today. Give them a good shuffle. The death popped out. 13. We are in Scorpio season. And the 8 of Quills. So we got the death and the 8 of Quills. I'm seeing like the symmetry between this and this 8 of Quills, like this dome here, and this. I guess this would be like, because this looks like a wedding. So if you had this, what do they call that? The at a wedding, that you stand under. The word for that is eluding me at this moment, but it's called a. I keep wanting to say temple, but it's not called a temple. It's called an altar. Yeah. So I don't know why I couldn't think of that. This altar here that they're standing under. This shape is very similar to this dome shape of like. This is meant to show like the mental imprisonment being closed in here in this 8 of Quills. So there's a lot of symmetry between these two cards. So with this major arcana of the death, like an ending, a transformation, and this 8 of Quills, this could speak to the transformation of this 8 of Quills feeling. In this 8 of Quills, the hatchet is swinging there, really meant to cut off that blindfold, to like wake someone up from this mental entrapment. And it feels like this mental entrapment is about some type of binding, some type of joining together, something that had been married together coming to an end, because you see this split down there. So in this death card, in this particular one, is showing like kind of like this split of this energy, and you see the hatchet kind of swinging through. So something about this could be the end of someone's relationship, particularly if you were connected to someone who was pretty toxic, because this looks like a toxic kind of relationship, and it's meant to express like the ending of some type of bad relationship in this death card, the transformation of some type of bad relationship. And so maybe there was something like mentally that kept you binded to this, toxic bad relationship that is that you're being set free from. Now, the description on these cards, on this number 13, it says the boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy and vague. Who shall say where one ends and where the other begins. This also speaks to, you know, this speaks to how during Scorpio season, and this could actually be like a very literal death, but during Scorpio season, the veil between the invisible and the visible is very thin. So if you are inclined and sensitive, if you are inclined to kind of tap into the invisible, you may feel that a lot more strongly. And so this really speaks to, you know, being able to blur those lines, you know, what is real, what is not real, what is alive, what is dead, what does it mean to be on the other side versus what does it mean to be on this side, right? So you really feel that pretty strongly during Scorpio season. And this, we're at the end of Scorpio season now. We're going into Sagittarius season. And again, we got the death, and we got the number 8, which is 8th house, that's pretty Scorpio as well. Even though this is this is an air sign card with the 8, the 8 of quills. But this really, to me, there's a lot of Scorpio energy here, which is about transformation. This is about some type of change. This is about, you know, changing how you see things, and really like an awakening that is happening here. Now with transformation, if transformation is something that's very natural, it has to happen. If you aren't going with the flow of transformation, things can, you know, kind of happen abruptly to force you into that transformation, right? With Pluto, that's one of the things that we talk about with Pluto moving through a particular house. You'll feel that energy of transformation happening, like things no longer remain the way that they were. But if you are resistant to that change that Pluto is bringing, it can come in very like it can bring on tragedy. It can bring on like these very difficult situations, because you're being forced to move along rather than allowing yourself to just go with the flow of transformation. Lots of throat chakra energy going on in there too. I'm definitely picking up on that. Something needs to be said. Maybe you've been holding your tongue about something. It's interesting that you have the blindfold there as well, because okay, we got the 9 of Whales, the 10 of Whales. Oh, excuse me. And the 7 of Quills. Okay. At the bottom, the 6 of Candles, and it appears to be in reverse. Like, I see the 6 of Candles as like, okay, in the upright, it looks like someone taking like a bath, and like it's like a fairy taking a bath in a flower, just chilling and relaxing. So like self-care, and perhaps this is not giving yourself the type of care that you need. Perhaps like putting others ahead of your needs, others' needs ahead of your needs, right? Okay, but we have the 9 of Whales, 10 of Whales, and the 7 of Quills. I'm gonna take them the way they came out. So with the 9 of Whales here, what stands out to me is that side eye happening here. The nine of quills. Of course, we have the genie, and you kind of see the genie in this bottle, in this barrel of sorts. But the genie's giving this side eye. Someone's mask is coming off. Gradually over time. The clock says 1 o'clock. So I'm getting 1, I'm getting 3 energy, 2, because it's like 3 wishes, which again is at 13. So this perhaps is kind of connecting to that death card of the 13 as well. And they're kind of tied up like mummies, which again is like a death thing. But this says it was a voluptuous scene that masquerade. So I don't know. Of course, this card to me too speaks to, just from like past experiences, it speaks to kind of holiday celebration. So perhaps this is something that is going to happen Thanksgiving. Someone's mask is going to come off. Some type of looking at someone's sideways at during this kind of event. This maybe has happened already. This may be something that's going to happen. It could be some type of trip, some type of event that you're going to, some type of outing or something like that. But whoever you're going to this thing with is going to there may be a conflict. And I think it may be because when you see the genie in the traditional Rider-Waite, they have their arms folded, and so it's like a bit of like disappointment there in that card. But this feels like, you might go to, if you went to some situation, maybe you're supposed to go somewhere and you don't go, but then it also could be that you go to something and then like you're kind of pissed off about like whatever kind of happens during this kind of masquerade. So I'm getting everyone, putting on their best drag, and like, so that could feel like Thanksgiving, how people show up at home for Thanksgiving, they want to look their best, pull out their holiday sweaters and stuff like that, and all that, new wigs, all of that kind of stuff. But something about 1 o'clock here too. So this may be like 1 o'clock p.m. Thanksgiving dinner. This may be 1 o'clock a.m. after going out to some kind of event. There's a big like kind of thing going on there. It's with the 10 of Wells. So you're going 9 to the 10. So this actually, it actually could lead to something very good, right? It actually, or it could lead to, because these are Wells, this is about a romantic situation, the end of a romantic situation. We are getting the death, but it may be a transformation. It's like whatever that romantic situation was before, it's ending and you're moving into something new. It's sending you into the next chapter of like this romantic situation. So it may be like that the current relationship is not necessarily the relationship with you, but these things have to happen to bring you to an end that then allow you to kind of move into like your next chapter. And neither the angels in heaven above nor the demons down under the sea can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. That name Lee is always interesting to me, because I see it as like L reversed. I always kind of have to give a side eye to people with like Lee in their name. It always seems like, when they arrest somebody, it's like something Lee, I'm trying to think of a name, but like almost like a, you hear those serial killer names like Gary Wayne Gacy, something like that. That Lee name always sticks out to me. But this is someone who is in love with Annabelle Lee. The girls that I know with Lee in their name tend to have Lee spelled Leigh. So that could be a significant, someone named Lee like that. or Anna or Bella or Belle. But of course they're looking at the cups, you know, across, and the cups kind of lead across there to the kingdom, and they're in isolation. It's like this looks like someone who has been exiled. It's like you're choosing romantic happiness over all of the, like, leaving the kingdom to have like your emotional fulfillment, like you're saying there. So it's like something you wish for and then you get. And then the Seven of Quills is here though. So and I see that as the backdrop of this with the Seven of Quills. There's deception, there's lies. So yeah, and then with the, like, the ending energy that we're seeing and like the veil coming off, it's gonna be revealing about the lies. Because here, when I look at these two, I see him, even though he's side-eyeing, looking over here, he's kind of facing this Seven of Quills deceptive energy, the lying, sneaky, cheater, thief stuff that's going on over here. So something has been revealed about the lying, sneaky, cheater, thief, and about perhaps what you felt like was going to be some wish fulfillment. There's something about the ring. Misery is manifold. So someone may be, you know, looking through someone's phone. But not necessarily looking through someone's phone. Someone maybe discovers something in someone's phone that kind of shatters. Got one that jumped out. The 10 of Candles. 10 of Candles. And all I loved alone, right? So yeah, this is feeling like one of those situations of like unrequited love. Someone is, what is that on my card? Someone, my card fell down and I got some gunk on it. But anyway, maybe that's better. So yeah, the 10 of Candles is dropping down a burden, and it may be that like this relationship has been a burden, and you know there is finally like the letting go of this relationship, because it's a relationship where you have been expressing love, you have been moving in loving kind and a loving energy, and others, whoever you're in this relationship with, is not necessarily returning that to you. And so it is, you know, finally letting that last candle go out, dropping all the burdens, because all of these candles are kind of behind him, and so he has that one final candle. So these candles are all kind of like they have burned, and it's finally letting that last candle kind of burn out. The 8 of Wails, that's moving away from something. Quoth the Raven, Nevermore. And the 3 of Paws, when we see someone building up that wall. So yeah, this is giving blocking someone out, moving away from someone, putting up your wall, and letting some type of burdensome situation go. Yee.